Hi, everyone, and welcome to Quickstart, your business system. So this is the system and the tab that you're going to be walking people through once they have committed to the business side of Isagenix. Once they have qualified for the business, this is where you're going to walk people through. This isn't for new prospects or anything like that. And this is really just a wonderful way for people to start learning, diving in with the basics of the business side. So you can teach them the calls, and you're going to teach them a little bit about the basics of the Facebook system. So this is a really wonderful way to simplify things. Of course, our goal is never to overwhelm people. So this is going to take a few different tries for you to really understand and get the wording down about how you feel is the best and simplest way to get people started. So quick start your business system. The first thing you're going to see here is going to be an audio. So anything that I go through today that you might have missed, you can listen to this Quick Start Your Business audio. It is Alexis Romano herself walking you through this system. So to send out the welcome to Isagenix Quick Start Business email. So this is the first thing that you're going to be sending to new business people. So you're going to send them this email, and you're going to send them this new associate interview form. So the Quick Start Your Business email is basically what we're going to go over today, but it's just in a checklist Word document form. So you can literally, just as an attachment, send it in an email. And the new associate interview form, I think it's really important for people to see this, especially right before they jump into the Quick Start Business call with you. So this is the new associate interview. You want to send this to people beforehand and have them send it to you right before your call with them. And you want to read over this because it really gives you a lot of clarity on, what people's goals are, how serious and committed they are to their business, what kind of level of commitment they're willing to give, right, to this business. And it helps you understand and better cater to who it is that you're speaking to, because now you're going to be clear on what their goals are. So this new associate interview form is really, really important. So you're going to send those two things, the welcome to Isagenix Quick Start Business email, and then the new associate interview form. After you have received both of those things, you're going to set up a call with the person, and then you're going to start walking them through here. The first thing you do, though, when you get on a Quick Start business walkthrough is you want to go over the interview form with them. And you want to say, okay, I saw number one, okay, elaborate on this. And, it's just the same concept as like a product conversation, in that you want them to emotionally connect to why they're doing this. And that's sort of always our goal, emotionally reconnect people to why they're doing this. And that new associate interview form is key for that. Okay, so step one, and this is what I always say to prospects. So first and foremost, listen to this audio. And this is Alexis Romano herself walking you through exactly what I'm walking you through today. But if you've missed anything or anything like that, this is a wonderful way to catch up or fill in the gaps of what you might have missed. So number two, print out, set up your income goal. So I always have business people click on this. And this is a really important part to get people emotionally connected. Okay. And I really take my time on this. So I always say to people, okay, a lot of this stuff on here is going to make absolutely no sense to you, but here's what I want you to do. Look at the monthly income column. If you were making what dollar amount per month would change the quality of your life short term, 30, 60, 90 days. Okay, $1,200 a month. Most people say $1,200 a month would change the quality of their life. So then you ask, great, so how so? How would that change the quality of your life? What would that afford for you? Oh my gosh, I could pay my student loan bill with ease. Okay, cool. And how would it make you feel, right? To do that, to be able to really do that, like stress-free or whatever people will say. And your job is to really just keep diving into how it would make them feel if. What would you feel like if and when you reach that goal? So I say, okay, great. And then now talk to me about long-term. What are some of your long-term goals? What is your reason for really being interested in this? Well, I want to leave my job. Well, I want to be a millionaire, whatever it is. Or I want to just get my products paid for, right? Whichever one it is, it's your job to now show them where that is. So let's say someone says to me, they want to leave their job. Great. So what dollar amount you would be able to afford to do that? Oh, $7,000 a month. Fantastic. Okay. So Mary, here's what you're going to do. You're going to print this out. You're going to circle the first $1,200 a month, even though it's already circled. And on that sheet of paper, I want you to write student loan bills paid. Then I want you to circle the 30 cycles a week, $7,000 a month. And on there, I want you to write leave my job or financial freedom or whatever it is that every time you see that word, every time you see that sentence, it's going to get you back in touch with why you started this. And I'm always honest with people because this business is not always yeses. It's not filled with yeses. Some days it is, but a lot of times it's filled with the no's and the questions and the objections and whatever. And I always tell them that, and I say to them, when you have this stuff written down and you have it hanging in your office, you get to look at that every day and recheck in about why you started. And it's really, really important and very powerful. Okay. And also, this is a really important place to not set unrealistic expectations, right? If I said to someone, yes, you're going to be making $2,300 a month in the next, 2 months, is it possible? Sure. Is it realistic? No. And it really depends on what people do. So you always want to make sure you're setting realistic expectations for people. Okay. So then I say, we're going to go back to the checklist. Number 3, order the Eric Worre Go Pro book. And I say to them, I actually tell them to click on this link live during the call. And I say, if you're anything like me, I love audiobooks. So you could do an audiobook. It's a very quick read. It's super small. So they can order it right on here. And what I tell them is Eric Worre is a big name in network marketing. And people enter this industry not even understanding what it's all about or having whatever misconceptions they might have of it or having absolutely no knowledge of it at all and no judgment of it whatsoever. But the Go Pro book is so important for us to be able to understand what network marketing is, what it can do for you in your lives, what it can do for the whole world, right? So this book will tell you what network marketing is all about with Eric Worre. And it's so important. It's literally number 3 on this checklist. So super important to read that. Number 4, watch Kathy Cooper's webinar, Fast Track to Executive. And I always tell people with this video, don't overwhelm yourself with it, right? You're going to start where you're going to start, but the Fast Track to Executive video will give you a good idea of the basics of our compensation plan too. So that's another good place to start. Okay, scroll down to number 5. If you get nothing at all from this call with me today, this is what I tell my business people. The one thing I want you to take away is the importance of these calls. So I always tell people, I can't think of a single leader or a single person who's been successful within this industry who hasn't plugged into calls and trainings consistently. So your 2 most important calls are going to be your Monday night 9:30 p.m. calls and your Tuesday night 9:30 p.m. calls. Some are mindset calls, some are logistical. I'm going to walk you through the system kind of calls. But either way, no matter what the call, it plugs you into the culture of this. It plugs you into this wonderful community of people. And you get to hear awesome questions and you get to ask leaders live awesome questions, right? So super, super important. And I say to them, here's what you can do to really set yourself up for success with this. Put reminders in your phone, especially when you first start, even if it's for the first 6 months, so that every Monday you'll remember, okay, there's a call. I'll also let them know I'm going to tag you on the Facebook page. So every Monday you'll see, and Tuesday you'll see me as a reminder. And the other calls are really for prospects, but even the virtual launch party, wonderful thing to dial into every week because then it'll help you as a new person build your belief. And that's really important in this too. So that's the calls. After I've done that, I usually stop and I say, I'm going to stop here. Any questions? And I sort of check in with people because at the end of the day, we can deem what's overwhelming and what's not, but I think that's different for everyone, right? So I always check in and say, okay, any questions yet? Cool. They usually say no. So step 2, make your list. Print out the memory jogger. I have them click on this live link. Okay, so a big part of this business is making a list of people who you feel would really benefit from this, product-wise, business-wise, whatever it might be. This paper is one of my favorites because it really gets you back into reality about, oh my gosh, I know a lot more people than I thought, right? Sometimes people start this business and they're like, well, I don't really know that many people. And that's okay because it's not about who you know. It's about who do you know who knows who, right? It's like about really utilizing all networks. So who do you know who is health conscious, network marketer, teacher, engineer? So I always tell people you can also start with not only your friends and family, but the people that you do business with right now. Who is it that you're paying a fee for a service? your hair salon person, your chiropractor, your masseuse, your acupuncturist, your whoever it is. And you can start by putting them right on your list and then having a super casual conversation. Hey, I started with this program and I think you've seen my results, or you know that I love it, or they might not have any idea that you started this thing, but you can tell them, hey, I started this business with a nutritional company and I thought of you because X, Y, or Z. Are you interested in learning about it? Super casual. So at this point, I always try to make the business person see how simple it can be. And it's not about scripts. It's about simplicity. So have them write down their list of names. And I always ask for it within 48 hours of the phone call. And then we can set a time to go over the list of names and how to approach each one and why did you write them on your list and what did you think of them. So really important, the memory jogger sheet. Number 3, I'll show people the script, right? The product script and the business script, but I always say to them this, if you really feel like you need some sort of a crutch to be able to approach people about this or to open conversation about this, it's certainly here and it's a wonderful tool. However, the most beautiful part about you is your unique ability to speak to people. It's you being authentically you. So you can certainly look at them here and they're wonderful starting points. But my suggestion is always to tweak it, at least if you're going to use it, to wording that makes sense for you. So number 3, implement the Facebook system. So the Facebook system it's just pure gold, right? And I always tell people, whether I am meeting someone for the first time on Facebook or whether I'm meeting them off Facebook and in person somewhere out in a networking event, in a restaurant or whatever, I'm always bringing it back to Facebook. So theoretically, 100% of our business is on Facebook. So it's important to really stress that because the Facebook system is, even though it's just a part of our everyday system, it's such an important part of it because without the Facebook system, there's no duplication. You can't cast as big a wide net as you would be able to with it. So develop your first Facebook post. So I always tell them to click here for guidelines on building your Facebook business. And this will redirect them to the Facebook system. So you can go through with them a little bit. And I start by saying, okay, here's the first thing you're going to do is develop your first Facebook post. And I'll tell them, okay, it could be super easy breezy. It can be something super positive. You don't want to say anything negative. I'll explain to them that don't say isogenics. You're going to say nutritional cleansing. And I can give them a little example of a blurb. Oh my gosh, I started my nutritional cleansing journey 2 months ago. Since then, I feel great. My pants are looser. I'm super excited for the summer. Here's to New Year's resolutions, and put a picture of yourself or something like that. I'll give them like some example that's super simple so they see how easy it can be. And then I explain when you put that post up, what you're going to do is when people start commenting, your job is to take it offline and set up 3-way calls with me. That's your sole job for right now. Your job is not selling 30-day programs. It's getting them on the phone with me as your coach. So you and I, the prospect or the business person, are going to do 3-way calls together, 5 to 10 3-way calls. And after that, you're going to be able to do them on your own. I tell them there's a lot of links here. And the first thing you should do on the Facebook system is listen to the Facebook call with Todd Siddon. So Todd is sort of the Facebook guru, and he'll break it down into a simpler way and not overwhelming at all. But this will teach you at least the basics of the system. And then all the other links, and especially Facebook, there's so many ins and outs to the system that I tell people you want to really do your homework on this system tab. And consistency is key with Facebook. Consistency is key. So again, if you get nothing away from this call with me today, I want you to remember to make your list and get on the calls and the Facebook system basics. So those are the three most important things to do. Okay. So then we're going to go back. Now, what I also have started doing is setting up a separate call with people after they've gone over the Facebook system tab, because there's so many ins and outs, and why not answer people's questions, right? So it's a wonderful way, and I didn't always used to do that, but it's been something that I find to be successful because people are doing their homework, reading all this stuff, asking awesome questions, and then are able to get up and running quicker, right? So that's a Facebook system. Step number 4, planning a launch party. So launch parties are wonderful ways to get a bunch of people in a room presenting all at the same time. They're very simple. They're super duplicatable. Your first launch party, I personally can do it for you if that person's in my vicinity. If not, I will connect them with a leader outside of that. Like if they're in California or something like that, I'd connect them with a leader out there so that they can plug into their launch parties too, and then sort of we can all help each other. But launch parties, literally these links walk you through step by step how to host a launch party. It doesn't have to be this big giant thing. It can be right in your home. And this is how to do it, how to plan one. But really effective because you're able to present one time to a bunch of people. And that community is so powerful. And then the additional training links. So these are all wonderful mindset works, right? They're great podcasts to listen to. They're great business trainings to listen to. Alexis Romano on MLM Nation is on here. Susan Sly. These are all wonderful leaders within this industry. And when it comes time for you to start delving into the personal development piece of side of things, these are great places to start in terms of mindset. So these additional trainings are super valuable. And that is it. And I always take questions at the end. I'll always, this is sort of a really important piece that you want to make sure that you're walking people through, but not overwhelming them with, because there's so many details. And like I said before, you have to sort of do it a few times to figure out how it can be less overwhelming for people. But it's broken down pretty simply. So that is the Quickstart Business Walkthrough. Have a wonderful day.